video, we are going to be taking a look at the asset that is looking to decentralize e-commerce in the metaverse, guys. I'm talking about Boson Protocol. Now, thankfully, they have consolidated all of the information of their project into a neat little one paper. That is what we are going to use as the source of information for this video, guys. So if you're interested in all that, make sure you stick around to the end so we can learn about a very important element to the metaverse, guys. So before we get into it, just to give you a little bit of buffer, what is got me so interested about Boson Protocol is simply the e-commerce aspect to the metaverse. Okay, to break that down even further, it essentially means that the wearables, in-game items, different collectibles, clothing, stuff like that, right? There needs to be a market for that. There needs to be a way to accentuate that market. Okay. Now, what Boson Protocol is looking to do is to allow for real world items to be digitized, tokenized, and then sold in all the metaverses. Okay. Let's get into this, guys. Boson Protocol, an open tokenized economy for commerce. They look to enable decentralized commerce ecosystems where all participants share in the value they create. Little bit about the project. It automates digital to physical redemptions using NFTs encoded with game theory. The technology disrupts e-commerce platforms by tokenizing things and their data with a liquidity digital market built on DeFi. Now, they highlight a problem with e-commerce, and this is very true. Essentially, guys, the current e-commerce market is dominated by a very small few people, group of people. But the solution that they look to offer is a way to execute commerce transactions without centralized intermediaries and with minimal arbitration cost and friction. There's that goal again, reducing costs globally, guys. Boson Protocol automates digital to physical redemptions using NFT encoded with game theory. Our code technology disrupts e-commerce platforms by tokenizing real-world products and services and commerce data within a liquid digital market. Excuse me. Boson Protocol enables a decentralized commerce ecosystem where all participants can share in the value that they create. So again, they're decentralizing e-commerce. Okay. Now, if you're may not be familiar with the term e-commerce, Shopify. Okay. Shopify. What WordPress lets you do it, but they're not as popular. Shopify is probably the biggest one when it comes to e-commerce. Okay. So when you're talking about decentralizing, disrupting the e-commerce industry, we're really taking a shot at Shopify here, okay? Because they are the big cat, the conglomerate that runs the entire e-commerce industry right now, okay? But we have a roadmap and NFT commitment tokens. Now, this I want to read to you as well. Boson automates digital to physical redemptions by tokenizing a buyer and seller's commitment to exchange digital value for a real world thing at a later date. Commitments are made by depositing digital value into an escrow represented by a stateful non-fungible token commitment. So this can be simplified as a smart contract. It's a smart contract where basically two parties come into it with the agreement that a certain result will come out of it, and they are bound by code, by technology. So the next interesting section is usage. Okay. Now, we have been talking about machine to machine commerce. This one, as the rest of these are pretty big, but this one I think is going to catch people off guard. Now, we're talking about enabling self-driving cars to purchase tires or service with autonomous management of disputes and redemption. Machine to machine economy is what this is going to help with, guys. And if you don't think that's around the corner, well, just take a look at what Walmart is doing with self-driving vehicles and Tesla and many other companies around the world. Okay. So they're also going to be applicable to gaming and physical twins of digital art. So essentially, that use case will apply to taking your NFT and making it in the real world. So it goes both ways, which is, again, another reason why Boson protocol has caught my attention, guys. It also says that exchanges enabling exchange tokens to be redeemed for real world rewards directly through an exchange marketplace. So their ability to immersify the real world and the digital world, they're gonna work as a gateway, essentially a gateway a gateway between the metaverse and the real world. And that's gonna, with it working both ways, there are so many possibilities that can come out of that, guys. So, but a lot of people are interested in the tokenomics of a project, and they have this carefully placed right here, guys. They started out at 75 cents. That was crazy. I did not know that. But total supply 200 million, guys, 7.8%. Initial circulating supply 15 million, 6 million offerings in public sale, and 3% of total offered in the public. Okay, that's 3%. Gotcha. Token allocation. This is what we're looking for here. Founders and team have 25%. So the majority of the tokens in circulation, guys, are in the network, which is a good sign. Okay, I'm still learning about tokenomics, but when I see that, I know that's a good sign. Some of their partners, they are a part of the Blockchain Game Alliance, which is also where Senso is a part of. So that's one metaverse tied there, as well as Decentraland is also a part of Blockchain Game Alliance, guys. Ocean Protocol, Orion, a couple projects that I'm familiar with. That's very massive, guys. Some of their investors, Outlier Ventures, Animoca Brands. That's the big one. Animoca Brands, because see, Animoca Brands does work similar to what Disney and Vivi are doing right now when it comes to the NFTs, the next version of NFTs resembling IPs that have been around for decades. Your Marvels, your DCs, your princesses, and so forth and so on, things like that, right? Pixar, stuff like that, guys. But the below that is the founding members, the team, their advisors. Now, I'll tell you, they got some MIT guys here. These are MIT guys, surely. Now, it's also interesting that the co-founder, Gregor Borosa, he received his education from the same place that I am receiving mine. Okay, guys probably wasn't ready for this, but yeah, University of Nicosia. I was honestly worried about the validity of that, but to see this and to see this gentleman working with this technology shows me that my educational sources are sound. So MIT guy, very educated in what they're doing, guys. So the team to me looks legit. Of course, the technology is legit. The community is legit. I believe on Twitter they're like 100,000 followers. That's something too you want to look at when you're looking into new projects, guys. What the social network looks like, what their community is. Okay, if nobody knows what they're doing, nobody's gonna put any money into it. So that's very big, guys. Now, as far as my position, price prediction, stuff like that, I'm not really inclined to do those on this channel because of that's not my focus. My focus is the tech. My focus is how it will be applied to solve real world problems and real world issues. So I guess if you need a prediction, my prediction for Boson Protocol is that when the metaverse really kicks off, like we were just introduced to it in the last few weeks, but once it really gets its legs up under it, yeah, people will be using Boson Protocol to interact with metaverses, all the metaverses, guys. This is the metaverse connector. That's how I'm seeing it. So Boson Protocol, that was the look at the one pager, guys. Of course, if you found value in it, hit the like button, subscribe for more coin reviews, news, and all that good jazz. You can, of course, get in contact with me in the comments section. I'll be down there. And yeah, Boson Protocol, guys. Very good project. Very good project. But as always, I want you to do 3 things for me. Have a great one. Have a prosperous one. But most importantly, let's make this money. I'll see y'all in the next one.